I did it. Good morning. This is my second Poisonous Concoction update video. And a bit of a run through what we've been doing in Scourge. Okay, here we go. Now, first off, I am going to make this really easy for you. So the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna make it easy for you and for me in two ways. So I know a lot of I know a few people don't know how to do this, but for these kind of builds, I always use path of building. I'll provide a link below just to where you can get this tool. Now, in terms of using path of building for going through builds, what you can do is to go in new, import, and then you can use my account name. So normally you would put in yours. It's just a small tip for anyone. You can put in anyone's name here that you would like to check out. So you can check mine, and then the current league would be SF, oops, that's Scourge. And as you can see, there's only one, so that's really easy. And here we go. So now this is how you can basically check my builds for updates all the time. If you're wondering, yo, what does Nugi have on now? Has he changed anything? You could always do this without having to go through like an updated build guide with notes and stuff. This is just like a snapshot of my current character right now. First things first, you have to unequip the demon horn. I'm basically bugging this item on. As you can see, it requires too much int, so it doesn't functionally work on my character. But I can level gems in it, so it doesn't stop you from using Poisonous Concoction. So just for PvP purposes, remove this. In game, it doesn't matter. Then we put on Life Flask, and then okay. So let's see here. So how do we then check out the DPS? A lot of people just want to know the DPS. For the skill that we have currently, well, since we're using Greater Volley and we're using GMP, this would be 9 projectiles, and they all overlap, yes. So that would be, and then we will need to do Cirrus for a boss, and you would need to put on the potions. Whoops. This is my Jade. So tick the potions. We basically have these potions are mainly up all the time. The brutal restraint, I am not sure what I have on mine here. I have like blind on one of them. Let's see here. How much does blind actually add anything? Enemy blinded. Oh, that actually does add damage. Very cool. Oh, that's it. That puts me at the wow. Okay, so enemy blinded is really good. That's one of the things I have on my current brutal restraint that I found yesterday. I'll talk about that more in a second. Right, so we're just gonna set all this up, and then we can get up to 15 withered stacks. Yes. Is there anything else? Oh, focus and not focus. So this is actually my current damage. So without any wither stacks, you're just attacking, nothing else. You're just spamming. You're doing 2 million, or we're doing 2 million. Assuming we have the protector down. Okay. So we're doing 2 million. 200. That's really good. Just spamming, nothing else. Then with wither stacks, we do 4 million. And then with focus currently, we're doing almost 7.2 million DPS. I think that's really good. I have been feeling as if I actually have really good damage now, and it's finally starting to come through. And this is with a low damage setup as well. As you can see, this is my worm scale setup. Now, this is what it won't show you. It won't show you the current like different setups I have, but I'll show you here. So normally I'm like using stuff like this, but right now this is like slightly weaker on DPS and total life, but this gives me rampage, so it's like incredible for mapping. If you're interested, just go check out my VODs or come to my stream and you'll see me, because like my normal mapping gameplay will be with Worm Sign for Rampage. It's just nuts. Rampage is insane. The one thing to note here is that any character can actually use. This is a great tech on like any build. Now what you can do if you're using a shield, you can just spec aggressive bastion, which I probably will later on, and I'll get a proper neck. I'm using this as a kind of a temporary fix because I randomly rolled it. I don't really want to waste, because I only have one black oil right now. I don't want to waste it on this or on that neck. So I'm trying to make a new neck right now. I managed to get my 6-link here. Yeah, we don't use cargo stack anymore. We do not need the AoE. Okay, you do not need the AoE. You can get full overlaps. I'm not so I do have the quality here for air effect. I need to do more testing on how much AoE exactly is needed. But I tested it with just the just with weathered, or with the 9 here and the 10 here, and I was getting 9 stacks of Herald of Agony stacks on one throw, meaning that I'm poisoning 9 times. So I have checked, and yes, you do not need Kargas Jack. I'll talk about this helmet a little later. Yes. So the mapping tech we've added is Worm Sign with some kind of endurance charge on kill. Now there's another thing you can get. You can also get this overcharged if you're going for that. And then we have the Thread of Hope Small here you could use, where you could jump to overcharge, you could jump to replenishing remedies, you could jump to wasting, you can even jump to Taste of Blood. It's pretty good. So you can consider that as well. Furthermore, let's see here. On gear. Let's see. So I've managed to, so yeah. So people ask as well, Brutal Restraint, why do you use this? Now I'll show you in game. This is probably the easiest. Now you can see here, Minion Steel, 20, increased 20 damage. That's from Brutal Restraint. Now that's not very good. What about this? 5 movement speed. So we get 5 movement speed currently from ours. 5 blind on hit. Now that's a good DPS and offensive and defensive boost. Now blind on hit is actually really good on this character because you overlap so many hits at a time. So there's a really good chance to blind. Elemental damage doesn't do anything. Life, 4%. And then a blind. So we have blind, movement speed, and life basically on this one. So not the greatest one, but we will keep rolling some more and get a better one. Now also this gives you a lot of dex. So it gives you something like, I mean, I can look at it right now. So 75, that will be 56. So this is 56 dex, which is then with the 3. So that's like 162. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Maybe, I don't know, so something like that. This is 150 plus dex total, or accuracy. So that helps us with my accuracy, meaning that I gave up one of the accuracy rolls. So I think with blind and this node, all we need is one good accuracy roll eventually. Like I don't even have accuracy anywhere currently. Yeah, as you can see, I don't even have, my accuracy is fine for Cirrus currently with this setup. So that's really nice. A lot of people was like, hey Nuki, how do you fix accuracy? I do have Weathered Hunter. So what I need here is I need one accuracy roll, then I can spec out of Weathered Hunter. This is one accuracy roll with blind and you're good. And that means we don't need, so like Lacoste today has been like a very requested item, like is that good? I was like, no. Currently we're using this, which is Socketed Reservation, to put in all my 3 auras to get me the reservation here. Eventually I can use Enlighten, so I don't need to be forced into that role. So that'll be great. And that should sort it. I don't know if at level 3 or 4 Enlighten is needed. If it's level 4, it's a little scuffed. We might need like +1 gems or something somewhere. I'll have to check that. Let's see, what else? Got the Plague Bearer. Okay, now I'll show you the next tech we have. This is my gems. We'll just go over the new gems we have. So I got an anomalous withering step. Now the good thing about anomalous withering step, as you can see, it grants more debuffs on the first time they enter the area. Now what this means that once you go to 8, this can stack up. Since my total duration on this thing is 6 seconds, 6.2 seconds on the wither. Let's see here, 6.5. Now what this means is that whenever I click wither, this thing happens. When I then go close to an enemy and they enter this area, they get withered with 8 stacks rather than 6. And this duration lasts 6.5 seconds. Now that means with the 3-second cooldown, you can overlap this and you have 2 of these wither stacks rolling at all times. So you can have wither, you enter, touch him, you start doing damage. And then what I do is the moment the second wither comes up, because I don't really need to use a totem anymore. I'm not looking at how to replace that with some new gems. This moment the second wither step comes up, I press focus, and that's where my ramp really starts kicking. That's like the easiest way to do it. If your damage opportunity is not that long, if you're bursting a boss, what you can do is just run in wither. The moment it touches, you click focus and blast. Right? To just get like full damage within those 4 seconds, and then he might jump away, right, within 4 seconds. So that's up to you to like find how do you get the most out of that. So I find that the most like damage you do in a span of 7 seconds is with a step, wait for it to cool down, with a step, focus, and then those 7 seconds is so much damage. So that would be, let's see here, that would be a total of, say, with 15. So you'd have 8 to start, which put us, so it would be 3 million DPS for 3 seconds. So it's 10 million damage. And then you focus with 15 for 4 seconds for an additional, so 38 million damage output in 7 seconds, basically. And that's really good. I think that's like close to what a guardian needs. So that's basically one of the guardians that would be dead within that time span. I think that's really good. So yeah, anomalous, very good. So the non-anomalous would be 6, so you could only stack it up to 12, which is not enough. Then you would need 3 wither stacks. That's annoying. So that's why anomalous withering step is so good. You get these from heist. Now, secondly, and this is like a tech. This is like the second best option, which is not awakened GMP. So this is the second best option. Anomalous greater GMP is insane for us here, because it lowers the 20%. Can I find a normal GMP? Let's find a normal GMP. So that lowers the mana cost of our by 20%. Now, and it gives us a bit of prod speed with this, which is a little bit more quality of life. Now, let's see here. So that gives me 29, 38. Now, isn't that amazing? It's better than a juiced up non-channeling skill here. Jesus, 38, 29. It's -9, guys. That's really good. That's really good. So this thing, I think it's starting to become kind of expensive, from what I've seen and heard. But yeah, this is, I would argue this is like close to being as good as Awakened GMP for like the purposes of fixing your mana. And like of fixing the build, honestly. Like, I'm not even sure if I would run GMP, because like +1, like +1 is more damage, so it's nice. So but it's like if it's between that and life tab, you know, having to run life tab is like oof. What you really want to do later as well is you want to actually run Awakened Void Manipulation, because it gives +1 chaos. It's actually insane for this skill. It's actually insane for this build, because it puts you at 22, which is the optimal poisonous concoction level, because that's where the added chaos to flask goes up to 10. Now I'll show you what the flask actually does. Right, so I'll show you here for damage. Now the difference here, you see there's actually quite a lot of damage difference. Now I actually want to see, no, we will, oh, no, you know what, I'll do this right now. I'll go to my life flask. I want to see the difference between recovery and not recovery. So if I do this 4K, wow. Okay. That's actually a significant amount of damage. I did not realize it was that much. Huh. Interesting. Let's get saturated back on there. Now let's see what I could get if I divine mine. 7-1. A small amount. It's not a big deal. For min-max, it's worth it. So I'll min-max this later. I'll have to like throw some like harvest divines on there. Pretty cool. But yeah, you can see getting it saturated is strong. I think it's 82 for the mod to spawn, and then you just have to alterate for it. Yeah. Let's see here. Do we have more gems? Now, those two are the main ones you really want to get fixed up. Now, I have another gem here that I found. It's actually pretty hilarious. It's the first gem I found. The very first thing, the very first alternate gem I found while running in Heist, the first gem that showed up on my screen was this, which is hilarious. I'm playing Poison's Concoction, and this is the only Poison Concoction variation that I would consider other than the AoE. Now this gives you Wither on hit, but it's only 2 seconds and it's only a 20% chance. So I'm not sure if this is worth it. It gives you like 1.8 stacks per second, but it's pretty unreliable. Now this would make it would make it easier to just like maintain full stacks if you're not fully on the boss all the time, and you can like off screen it. So you don't need to like stack the double wither step on it then. And then we definitely don't need this. But I'm not entirely sure if I think this is better or worse. First of all, I would have to hit 21 on this. Like the skill, like the level is better in my opinion than the wither. So I need to like throw this on a gem bench in the temple, and we'll see if it hits 21, and then at that point I would consider using it. So do not waste money on this. Get a 21. Yeah, this would be for purpose of some niche min max later on. Then I got Anomalous Ancestral Protector. It's just placement speed. This is not mandatory in any way, and I got an anomalous cast on damage taken. I was like, why not? It makes my Immortal Core last longer as well. So these are like fully not needed, but I found them and I'm using them. So I think that's pretty cool. Yep, we got the 21 Plague Bearer, so that's nice. Everything is nice here. Let's see. For this, yeah, we have good Chaos Rest now. So I am using this. Now I really should use the effect of Wither at this point. It is my best damage upgrade. It would actually increase my damage by quite a lot. Let's see here. How much is this like showing correctly? Yeah, it is. Now let's see how much damage that will be. So that's probably going to be, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's big DPS. That's my next node. I've decided already. That's my next node. Because now, with the Anomalous Wither, I have such good uptime on my Wither now that is like really nice. And then you can like, you could get this node, which would be, yeah, another 14% more damage. But I don't think that's that necessary. I think Aggressive Bastion is for mapping. Aggressive Bastion is going to be better. For future upgrades, what am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for an Enlighten. And I'm looking for a better shield. So to roll the shield, the reservation cost, reservation efficiency is a very common roll. So the way you get a shield like this, you get the base, which I think is like an 80 Shaper shield. Has to be Shaper, not Hunter, because the weightings are way better on Shaper. And then you just like Chaos Spam, Essence Spam, Harvest Spam. Like, you can't target the reservation, but it's very common. So you just try and like hit it as you're hitting an otherwise good shield. So it's a pretty common roll. It's like a 1 in 20 with a chaos. Like so every like 20 chaos you get an opportunity to like see another roll with like some stats, and then yeah, so that's pretty cool. For the chest piece, the reason why we use carcass is, I mean, just I'll take it off here. Just look at the total life pool. So this gives me 386 life, but look at the energy shield, 637. This gives you like a total over 1,000 total like life pool. It's like it's basically, if you could, it gives you as much as a Calm's Heart, and while having a 6 link. So that's why it's so good. That's why this gain ES roll is so good, and it complements Ghost Dance so much. Yeah, really cool. Right. Then I'm looking to upgrade my neck with what we were talking about, and then so we're gonna upgrade the neck and the the neck and the neck twice, both the anoint and the neck itself. My belt needs to have flask rolls on it, because I'm currently not able to have permaflask of my utility. It's I would like to see my well-roll flask to have it, like my Jade and Quicksilver. Sulfur, I think we'll always self-cast that one. But the other 3 should be, I think I might be able to maintain. I need to like run some numbers to see how much I need, but we want to be closer to perma uptime on these, and we might just have to use a flask belt. My belt is not very good right now. Yeah. I need to find a chaos gem that doesn't have 9 but 8. So I need an 8er here. I have a 9, so that's inefficient. I need to re-roll my brutal restraint more for better mods. As you can see here, there's a lot of different mods we can get. I really want onslaught and kill. More life, more damage, just more good stuff. And then when I get onslaught and kill, then I can get a proper pair of boots. As you can see here, I can get a proper pair of boots where we can get away from this onslaught and kill movement speed roll, and we can get some like really naughty stuff here. And I will have to like figure out what the best pair of boots at that point then looks like. I have not figured that out yet. Beyond that, there is also an option down the line, because when the boot slot opens, you know, you can get like Canopy Chilled and stuff. And avoid and stuff, which might open up not running purity of elements at some point, but instead we run, I mean, there's so many options, because Tempest Shield is way less reservation, and Tempest Shield could be insane later on, because it gives you immune to shock, so there's that option, and it gives you like spell block. Like Tempest Shield is actually really good. So you could use like that, plus something. Like 25 spell block is a lot against spells. It's actually really cool. So yeah, there's some stuff going on there we could use. Honestly, there's just so much min-max. At that point, we could use maybe like determination as well. If I can fix my resist as well, without the neck, or wait, hold on, what am I talking about? Like there's just so many options. We can also go for 4 auras with determination on the neck. There's just tons and tons and stuff that we have left. So I'll leave you with this. You want to check my updates, do what I showed you in the beginning, where you just import my current character. Come on the stream, talk. If you have questions for today, or like general questions about the build, leave a comment. I will use this video to respond to questions you might have in the comment section. So with that, what is there left to say? I'm going to show you what I've done with this build so far. I've done A9, Maven. So the damage is really good for Maven. The damage is really good on A9 now. I did the hidden, and the hidden was actually surprisingly easy. I could tank. Like, once Ul was down, there was barely anything left to kill me. Like, the cold storm, whatever, the lightning, whatever, like with the ghost stuff and the spell suppression, that fight is really easy, honestly. You just need to, like, you know, play it right. And so I did that. That was like, I did that Deathless, no problem. I did the Hydra. I did the twist, the Shaper and the Elder Guardian ones on a 5-link a while back. That was okay, a little scuff, but it was okay. And now we're just farming Awakeners. I really want that Void Manipulation Gem, and I am stacking up juice here for when we are going to respec this area into these nodes. So I'm gonna respec into this first. I'm gonna farm out like, I'm gonna probably farm out like, I don't know, at least double this or something, and then we're gonna farm out like a full all those and generate fragments. And then once we have all the fragments, we're gonna swap and we're gonna run this for Watcher's Eyes and ID6 Shaper drops, and that's gonna be really cool. Yeah, so that's the current plan, and then we're obviously trying to. I'm hoping to find Cortex, so I can then. That's like the main factor here. We find a Cortex, and we can set up for a hidden, which I think will be fairly good on this build. I have high hopes for a clean hidden kill here, or a feared kill. I actually do. The damage seems to be good, good mobility, good defensive stats for this kind of content. This build is looking really good. So yeah, with that, I'll leave you. This was a long one, but hope you enjoyed the update, because I know it's been requested a lot. And I will see you on stream. Bye!